one of the things that you learned in the last 3 years is that living in a rural area does restrict you.
Oh, absolutely.
As a band,
it absolutely restricts you from shows.
And forget about how flat the world is with the internet.
Yeah.
It's not that flat.
We're not gonna blow up.
Right. We sat down one time, like we played, I think 25 shows in the first year we were a band, and we only intended to play one.
Yeah.
And the rest of them, all the rest
appeared.
of them came to us.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, and they were weird shows. Like we play at like a Sioux Falls Canaries game. Mm-hmm. It was after the game.
I forgot about that.
That was a dream come true for me, like playing at a baseball game. I mean,
except like
actually,
on the side after everyone had left. Sort of thing.
yeah. Oh, listen, we don't, they can fill in their own.
The moral of the story
It's
is
the nature.
we just kind of we're like, all right, let's try something.
Oh, little. Yeah. We gotta sit over here. It's really, really hard to get any sort of exposure from the corner of Iowa, from the northwest corner of Iowa.
It's like there's like 5 important people in Des Moines who like us, but that doesn't lead to shows. That doesn't lead to anybody coming to shows. You know what I mean? So if we lived in Des Moines, we could play a show every weekend and build an audience. But we can't. We're not going to go to Des Moines every weekend. We're not going to go to Sioux Falls or Minneapolis every weekend.
I mean, when I was living in a city, you're clawing your way into venues, and then you're clawing your way into fans.
No, so I'm 40, and Christian is 15. That's another really weird part of being a small town band, I think.
Oh, so the last 3 years.
Right, presently, we like teens, 20s, 30s, 40s.
We have 4
span
decades.
4 decades.
Yeah.
What do you think, Christian?
Okay, well,
What do you think about hanging out with your dad's friends? You know, you could be. What if you were in a band with a bunch of 15-year-olds or 16-year-olds?
well, I've tried that.
This is this is part of the
That's-
downside of a small town, right? Is like you can't find anybody else to play in a band with.
But I also feel like I wouldn't have grown as much as a musician if I wasn't in a band with 40 and 30 and 20-year-olds.
Like you're not plugged in.
There's no cables.
Awesome.
So we're using
Then
we're using monitors.
Then I can turn it up.
Where's your
There's a Wilco song that I'm gonna forget all the lyrics to about like the greatest band that you never heard.
Sure.
I mean, Jason Isbell has a song too, right? About that same idea. I wanna be ghost, so I can haunt your house forever, and you never ever be alone. He just talked to this guy about how the best bands are bands you've never heard.
Or the best songs from bands you've never heard. The best songs come from bands you've never heard of.
Right. And we will forever.
He says to Bon Iver's producer, and then
Yeah.
he plays him the song, but that's not going to do anything.
It's not gonna
for
help us out, right?
Exactly.
Like,
I mean,
that's really the point. Like,
exactly.
No,
But who cares, right?
will.
Because
It will help us.
we take the making seriously because the people around here don't have as many options, and my hope is that like it enriches their life and their experience in a way that is helpful for them, and they can take these things.
And I think that
symbiotic,
we do it for our kids too.
You can't let any
play music and who want to play
Yeah.
music
And
and who have relatively similar tastes in music that we can
We lucked
share.
out. There.
I think
That's true.
We lucked
but
out.
I would still say quite relative.
Yeah, quite relative.